Now, for more, I'd like to cross over to our senior reporter, Chris Moore. He is in the 11th arrondissement of Paris, where that attack took place earlier this Friday. Chris, it's good to have you with us again. We just heard from the French authorities there reiterating that this may have indeed been a terror attack.
So, yeah, a few details coming out from the authorities, some of them in that press update given an hour or so ago. First of all, you heard the French Prime Minister there, Jean Castex. He did tell the press after that thankfully the injuries sustained in this to those two victims, he said at that stage at least, did not appear to be life-threatening, saying that this was an attack on two journalists apparently enjoying their cigarette break outside what used to be the offices of the satirical newspaper Charlie Hebdo, which was attacked, of course, in a terrorist incident, a major attack back in 2015. In terms of what the prosecutor said there, as he said, a terrorism probe has been launched. He said the reasons for that were threefold. First of all, the apparent intent to hurt or kill, the location of the attack, namely on the controversial satirical paper Charlie Hebdo, and the timing of the attack, namely that it comes at a time when a trial over what happened at Charlie Hebdo is very much underway in Paris. They are, many of them, pretty circumstantial reasons for now. We'll have to see where this investigation leads eventually. But obviously for France, and particularly for people in this neighbourhood of Paris, it does evoke some painful memories.
It does indeed, Chris, and it's interesting that you mentioned the neighbourhood earlier. Of course, the streets were cordoned off, security forces were trying to hold the public back. What's it like now as we speak?
Well, a lot calmer than it was a few hours ago. Police have just lifted some of the security perimeter and opened up many of the roads around the scene of this incident on Rue Nicolas Appert. Obviously, there was a scramble in the wake of this attack, which happened in the late morning. Large parts of this part of the city centre were cordoned off. A lot of public services in this arrondissement and neighbouring ones, notably schools and creches, effectively put on lockdown. Now, I talked to a man just now who had finally been allowed to go and collect his son from his school after what he described as a worrying day. But he also said in rather a resigned way that it's something which he's had to get used to living in this part of town in recent years. It was, as we've been saying, the scene of the Charlie Hebdo attack. It was the scene of the attack on the Bataclan later the same year. And of course, France remains on a heightened terror alert, though the level of attacks has levelled off in the last couple of years, but things like heavy police presence and sometimes even the government's anti-terrorism Vigipat army patrols still seen on the streets of the French capital.
Chris Moore there bringing us the latest developments very close to where that attack took place earlier this Friday.